Hi guys, and welcome to a little pre-review for three products from Hisenior: the latest Mega5P Ultra, the T4, the new 4BA OBA set they have as well, and the OKAVANGO, a 1+6 hybrid. This is just a little bit of a teaser, and this is not going to be a detailed review by any means. Well, the boxes we already kind of know what Hisenior has gotten us used to. It's basically the sleeve, and then inside the box itself we get all sorts of tips and the adapter cables for adapter tips for the cable, as they are modular. So tips, plenty of tips, more than enough. Decent accessories, very decent accessories, very much on par with what the price of these IMs are. So no real reason for complaint there. We're talking roughly $239 for the Ultra, $199 for the T4, and $299 for the OKAVANGO. So very much priced within what is available. If there is one that is perhaps a little bit outside of the price currently, it's perhaps the Ultra. You have a lot of very competent 1+4s in the market right now, priced in the 169, 189, 199 price range. So 239 goes out a little bit of that, but the reality is it does bring a nice case. I mean, it's a solid case, really nice. It brings a good cable as well. This brings a graphene cable, so you can't really complain too much. Now, going into just briefly what we get in terms of the sound. The shell is basically the same as the previous Mega5P, and the sound is what the Mega5P was already, but it's been further polished. And what do I mean by that? Well, the Mega5P was very much a Manga T2 kind of vibe, so very neutral with just the amount of warmth and energy where it's needed. And they've taken that formula and further polished it up, so more smoothness across the whole of the mid-range and the upper mids and the treble. It's more polished in the treble especially, and it's a very nice sounding IM. So is it worthwhile the upgrade if you have the Mega5P? Probably not, because yes, although there is a difference, I don't think it makes sense to go and buy basically another IM which is exactly the same thing. However, if you don't have the Mega5P and you are wanting to choose one, obviously the Ultra is the one to go for. That goes without saying. All right. The next one is the T4. Basically, it's the T2 times 2. Let's put it that way. Although that might not be exactly the ideal way of putting it, but what I'm trying to say by that is, the T2 is, in my opinion, for a 2BA IM, one of the most incredibly sounding IMs out there. The sound that it puts out across the whole frequency range, considering it's only 2BAs, is just incredible. And the T4 takes that formula and improves upon it, basically. It's got the tuning switches, which allow for some tuning adjustments, making the bass more or less prominent. Also, there's a few little adjustments that are made there, but I'll get into that in more detail when I actually make the review. Currently, I'm running it in the one position. I think that's the position that makes the most sense. And this is actually not the stock cable. The stock cable that it brings is a cable like the OKAVANGO. Yeah, this is a new cable that Hisenior has just launched. The white whale, and it matches perfectly the T4. It's a cable that I would highly recommend, not only for the T4 but also for the OKAVANGO, because it really brings out the best that either one has to offer. The T4, again, beautiful shell construction. This blue color is absolutely fabulous, looks the part, fits beautifully. Really nothing that can be faulted, honestly. As for the sound, as I was saying, very nice. It's got that vibe of the T2, but further improved. It's got a very un-BA like kind of presentation, but at the same time it maintains some of the BA characteristics, so quickness, resolution, cleanliness of the sound, all there. I mean, I was and I am really impressed with how good the T4 is. And finally, the OKAVANGO. this is the stock cable that it brings, okay, which is the same as a T4. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you, it's not the cable that I feel synergizes the best with the OKAVANGO. Okay, and why do I say this? Because I tried the white whale, and the white whale just works completely different. It also has that switching system, and I'm using actually the 0-1 switch position. This has got very much that earth kind of vibe going for it. Okay, that's the green and the brown. What can I say about the sound? The sound is a full Performer 8, SR7, Yanyan Canon. They all came together and kind of, you know, took the best that each one has to offer and gave us the OKAVANGO. Very, very nice sounding across the board. Really, nothing that can be said. You know, it's got that nice warm bass that complements everything nicely. Maybe for some it might be a little bit too much. I personally didn't find it. I'm actually running it in the lowest bass setting, to be honest. What can I say? Mids, in my opinion, faultless. If anything, my initial impressions tell me that if there was just a little bit more of air, it could even be more impressive, the sound that it puts out. But overall, honestly, faultless. I really cannot fault it, and at the price which they are offering it, which is $299, I feel that it's good value for money, not only because of the accessories that it brings, but the quality of the build and the actual sound that it puts out. It's all very, very balanced out. I mean, we just have to contemplate or take into account past IEMs of similar configurations, and you know, they were way more expensive. And even currently, I mean, $299 for a OnePlus 6 is not out of context. Definitely not out of context. Anyway, as I was saying, this is just like a little teaser, just to tell you guys about these new Hiseniors, and I'll be doing the review. I've had them kind of just. Not that I'm a real hardcore believer of burn-in, but I've just had them playing for a while, and I've been listening to them in occasions between doing reviews and so on. And now I feel that I've become a little bit more acquainted to actually be able to start saying more definite things about them. There are perhaps one or two things that might maybe change, but as of right this moment, and as of the listening that I've done so far, I think that very much I've been able to identify each one of them, you know, pretty well, and I don't think it's going to be changing that much or change at all my base opinion about them. Anyway, guys, that's it. As always, like and subscribe. Any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you. Bye bye.